the BasedBros live stream. And today we are going to be looking at a couple of different projects again. So today what we have to look at is called Jumble.cash, P2P.me. Now, most of these projects were not necessarily in order when it comes to David's list. But the reason I'm going over them is because I found these projects through recommendations. Some people suggested it to me when I asked them. So if you're not in Farcaster Builders International, please be there. If you're not in based groups of your country, for example, please be there. If they are going to be good projects, you can always leave them to me, and you can be rest assured that I'll be taking care of to cover them. Now, coming back to something very important, one of the reasons I'm not able to live stream on TikTok right now is because my account is too new. Now, I've never consumed TikTok previously. I will never consume TikTok but the thing is that it does get a lot of live audience. I don't think I've ever noticed like a platform where you have as much organic content interaction as TikTok. Like I see some people in there and they're like fighting. On Instagram, you can see like a couple of people talking to each other in the comments, but largely it's just one-off comments. In TikTok, there are original wars being waged. It's like Twitter meets Instagram almost. So it's kind of crazy, the kind of world that we live in. But today we'd be looking at Jumble.cash, P2P.me, Hypersub, Kaito, and Azos Finance. Okay, so we have our hands full, guys. I don't think we can even afford to, just like chit chat a lot today, given how many things we've got, um, you know, to cover in this particular short scenario. So let's get started one by one. So the first thing that we are going to look at is called Jumble.cash. Now, please be mindful that just because I'm looking at these does not mean I'm like condoning them, or does not mean that I am, in any way like backing them or supporting them. I'm just trying them out for the first time in front of you guys. So we've got Jumble.cash right here. First, let me see if they're active. Okay, they are active, but this looks very AI. Okay, this is very AI. They need to fix this. This is 100% AI, bro. And the problem is that I'm not against AI usage myself personally, but whenever I see like a project that is using this much AI, it's very difficult for me to take it seriously. People need to understand that the reason anybody is going to use your project is simply going to be the fact that they feel a human connection with you. Okay. Right now, that human connection is not present. So, I mean, I I wouldn't, right? And that's honestly the thing right here. So let me just say, what else have we got? Okay, let me actually see if I can do it like this. Okay, I think this works perfectly fine. Uh, huh. Very interesting. I'm actually just like reading through the different tweets right now. Oh man, you guys are borderline spamming at this point of time, guys. Look at me. Okay, look at me for a minute. You do not need to automate the tweeting of your tweets to the point where it is clearly AI written. If I come to a profile and it showcases me that, okay, these tweets are being AI written, it is much, much worse than if you had not tweeted for like the last 3 days. It is much better for you to take out some time. Even if you have to use AI in the beginning, make sure that you are cross checking it, referencing it, making sure that it's CT aligned in some sense. Don't just allow for the bot to keep posting whatever it wants on your profile. It's going to hurt you in the long run pretty bad. Let's come back now and actually open the website. So this is what we see, the era of AI social gaming. Okay, so one good thing is that I cannot scroll, or I cannot like go to anywhere else, which is something I always prefer, because let's be honest, the given our attention span, it's probably better that that we cannot do anything else besides just like use the app. So we're gonna say join Jumble. Okay, I'll say Google. If it's an, to be honest, I will not repeat myself about Privy from yesterday, but give people the ability to also use their wallet, because most people do not want to. haggle around with a new wallet, send funds there and stuff. Referral code. Did this person give me a referral code by any chance? Oh yes, they did. Luckily they did. An image. Okay. Image could have waited though, but okay. Deal or steal? Pick your winner cartridge and win against Kakechi. Who is Kakechi? How to play? Okay, this resolution is a little bit off. I'm pretty sure everybody who's watching this can also notice that it's a little bit of a low res image. So that needs to be kind of fixed. What? Okay, this is not clear at all. This has to be like a video or like a GIF which like explains it one by one. Do you have any idea how many elements you're adding to the mix? I have no idea who the fuck is Kakechi, first of all. Second of all, I have to find a smart deal or find a jackpot. I can discard three cases and enter negotiate to get a better deal. It's a little, I can sense what is happening, but it is still confusing, please. So I hope you kind of realize that. Pick your wager, $1. See, this is the exact same problem, guys. It's the exact same problem. My Jesus Christ, bro. Uh, I think ETH would have been better. Wait, yeah, I've got USDC. Give me 1 second. We're back. Why do I have to choose a token to deposit? Shouldn't it just be like EVM? You can probably get rid of this altogether. Copy. Okay, I sent it. Sent $2. Let's see what happens. Okay, I can see that. Okay, so the good part is that it arrives here. I would appreciate it more, and this is perhaps more so for the privy team, if if fund reception can be made a little bit more explicit. The reason I'm saying that is because a lot of times what happens is that I send money from the wallet to this new wallet that I'm trying to like check out of like the application. And the problem that happens is that I'm just sitting there waiting and it causes like an extra second or 2 seconds. In this case, I could still see that, okay, yes, 2 USDT have been credited. Some websites don't even refresh properly. And what happens is that you've sent the money, it has exited from your wallet, you're just waiting and it doesn't show up. So you have to like refresh at least once or twice. I think these small optimizations, once you've done like all the bigger things, like, your website's working, it's not crashing and stuff, these small optimizations can carry you along a long way, actually. Okay, so now we're done, right? What? Why does it say zero? This does not make sense. Why does it say zero? Let me refresh. What do you mean top up? I'll I'll what? Why is it bridging? Wait, okay, I have like a couple of questions, okay? Number one, why is your balance not updating? Number two, you need to pick a different accent rather than silver. On silver, this white is not very much visible right now. Probably try around with gold, I would say, but this color is not it, man. I don't know what color will it be, but silver is not it. I have a feeling, you know what I'm feeling? I have a feeling that we are going to run out of time for this stream very, very easily. Um, because I think we're going to uncover like a lot of these small things in like different projects. So we may be running a little bit tight. My another question is, if I click on USDT, why does it want to bridge me to USDC on Polygon? Like, I don't see like a good reason for why this should be happening in the very first place. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna see. This should not like, okay, wallet address is here. The UI can be made a little bit smoother. I think there's like a lot of white space towards the left and the right that can be improved. Um, I can hit play, pick your wager, $1, but it doesn't work. Bro, I just deposited money into this and I can't play it. What do I do? It just doesn't register itself, which is really, really weird. Add balance and play on chain. Nah, I mean, sorry guys, but that's my review. Essentially, look, I have to be honest with you. If you are putting your app out there for testing and it gives me this experience, I will personally never return. And I know this might sound tough, but it's coming from a place of tough love. I've seen a lot of apps that deploy things like these, but the end user feels scammed slash cheated. I myself am a product user. I've been in Web3 long enough to know that this is not an attempt of like scamming anyone. This is just like some product tweak. But if somebody is coming to you, first of all, they've never heard of about your product before. They see a lot of AI stuff on your timeline, and then they decide to deposit into your wallet, and then suddenly they realize that okay, they can't even play because for some reason it's not totaling up to the top up. The second they see that, what they want to do is that they wish to also withdraw. So you're just going to lose a user right there, and that's it. So I think you guys only support USDC on Polygon. Honestly, like who decided that? Why? Why are you making such a bad mistake? Like I can probably understand why it was not happening, but first of all, if you would have told me that, I would have probably like thought twice about, you know, just like using it. Second of all, if it is built on base, why is it not supporting base? That's my second question. And it just defaults to USDC and Polygon. So I'm hoping that it bridges to Polygon now and I am able to play it. But the experience is something that will, as a user, I will not return. So you've lost me in like the trust phase of it. It's not so much about the features. Everything else you can like sideline, but the AI stuff plus this experience is what is going to drive users away at the end of the day. We're gonna move over to p2p.me until this processes, and I'll tell people if I manage to actually get it back. Now p2p.me actually replied to DMs. As I say guys, I always DM guys. um I always DM the people to kind of understand what are they building, and if there is anything specific they would have me cover. So I think they attached this Dune dashboard for me, which for some reason I cannot load, like the one that they had given me. Coins.me, buy and trade crypto without the complexity. You can choose the currency. Oh, okay. That shit's nice. I can choose India. What happens if I choose India? Okay, available. Add funds. Buy USDC, sell USDC. I cannot buy any USDC. I can sell up to 100 USDC. Submit ZK KYC and earn $5.5. Okay. ZK KYC. Verify at least one social account. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, GitHub. Well, of course, continue verification. Verify with reclaim. Okay. So I think zero knowledge KYC is basically their way of saying that hey, this is how we can do stuff. Okay, let me just scan this. Requesting data from X. Okay, this is a little bit weird. View in Safari. Continue to verify. Continue to verify. I have no idea how Reclaim Verifier did this, but it was fucking awesome and phenomenal. I know probably you guys cannot see it right now, but let me actually just like fix this first and then come to you guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, so it's now asking me for like a login to my Twitter. I think you guys should also include Farcaster in this if it is possible. I know that you want to tie it down to like the person's identity, but try out Farcaster as well. They, that's weird. It just says something went wrong. Please try again. But I entered the exact right username. Okay, we are so back. GG. Okay, passwords in. It's gonna ask for my uh, OTP as well, which has arrived. It is looking for information to verify. That's what it's saying. I know like the white balance is probably screwing it up. What if I do this? Yeah, I don't think it really helps. Okay, waiting for verification. Year 2022, follower count, friend count, user ID. I have no idea how they're doing it on the back end, but they are doing something. And it looks clean af. Like this was very good user flow. Whoever did this. Um, I think they like kind of it's like I have no idea how it got downloaded onto my phone. This looks like it's like within the app, this verification. But yeah, it's taking some time. Okay, it's done. And let me see. Continue verification. Complete verification. Where select currency and language. This is a little bit weird. Am I supposed to now use my phone? Because it's showing me this. So I've hit INR. I'll hit login. Now it's making me log in here. Okay, so I think this is like one drawback. If I've started with the computer, ideally this should change right here rather than me having to log in here as well. So it's logging me in now. It just says, please wait. It says the same thing that it's saying on the screen, which I think as a user, I don't want to see that. I want to see like the result. And if it would have taken this long, I would have appreciated like a heads up that, you can like close this, go away, and come back in a few minutes. So this is like an improvement you guys can make, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's try out all of the things. They've got on-chain metrics to USDC volume, RAM, throughput. Oh, holy shit! 15 mil. 15 mil is okay, decent, not bad. They're doing dailies of around 100K. Order count, protocol revenue. Oh, protocol revenue is soaring, man. GG on them. If they're printing this much, it's good for them, and they should. They absolutely should. It's steadily rising. Who's getting the most? Of course, INR. Then Brazil is next. I wonder if there's like a juxtaposition between these guys and the guys at Peanut. I'm sorry, I actually forgot to like shrink myself down for the restream itself. I wonder if there's like a juxtaposition there for like these guys in Peanut. Peanut.trade is like another project that you should probably have a look at. They're doing pretty well as well. Total split by country, weekly active users. Okay, your charts are above and right, so that's usually good. And I really like, if you think about it, the concept of P2P.me is so boring. It's so boring, but it just works because it is boring and it works. Um, so yeah, that is huge. P2P.me. Then was there anything else? No, I think that was about it. Okay, app.p2p.me is not working. Whoever suggested this to me, please take note of that. Uh, this entire thing is just not working. I'm in India. I don't have any VPN on right now, so I don't know if that's the reason behind it. But okay, if I go to p2p.me, like the link in their website, pay with USDC at any QR. What? Hold up. Hold up, 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 hold up. I had to like double check that it say UPI. If you can make me pay my stables in INR somehow at a chaiwala, at a pan ka khoka, my brother in Christ, you've hit gold right there. If I can spend my stables, but what about the taxes? Because Indian government charges like 30% taxes on this. But holy shit, if they have cracked the UPI puzzle, you guys don't understand how big UPI is in India. Pretty much everybody, it's like Apple Pay in India. If you're not from India, you cannot like begin to fathom how big UPI is in India. It's literally Apple Pay in India. The only difference is you don't even need to like be close to like, touch your machine or something. You can just like scan the QR. You could be 1,000 kilometers away and you can still send money. It's like the unified payment interface. Literally, the thing that most countries would love to have. In fact, I think Dubai imported the entire UPI technology over as well. And if P2P.me is claiming that they can somehow make you use UPI with USDC, it is insane. It is insane. But how does this work? P2P.me experience. I am just worried about the taxes, and I think that's what the FAQs should try to answer here. Bro, but your app is just not working. Let me go back. I think they had it in their tweet as well. Use VPN if P2P.me is not loading. I don't know how stable the stream would be if I do this, but okay. Let me try fire it up. What can go wrong? I think my stream can end, guys. So if the stream ends, please understand that that's what happened. Bismillah. Did we fuck up or something? We're live. Oh no, we're good. We're live. Um, I mean, my VPN's working fine. I can see it. Should I should I have like something else or what? Let me do one thing. Let me come here and let me hit open up again. It keeps loading. Okay, so this is where, yeah, this is gonna be your Achilles heel, guys. Your Achilles heel is going to be the fact that you cannot be opened in India, which is really shitty. And I really hope somehow we are able to fix that, because if the promise is true that with ZK KYC, I'm somehow able to spend my USDC at any QR code in India, and that promise is a promise worth banking upon, and that promise is a big promise, right? On top of that, I think that which is going to stop me is the fact that I'm still here and I am still waiting for my ZK KYC to happen, because it just says verification in progress. So the promise is there. I see the potential. In fact, if you actually go to my replies, for real, go to my replies, and you will actually notice that I was saying the same exact thing to you know to Jesse Pollack. I was saying that please do something, pull some strings with the Indian government or something, and try to get us base pay here integrated with UPI. You guys will win. Any chain that is able to crack this is gonna win. Like, I don't even think there's like any question here. You're telling me that I can have some sort of like USDC or something while paying out in INR, and I can like hedge against inflation while keeping my US dollar. Yeah, I would love to do that. Now, of course, the criticism to that is, oh well, US dollar itself is getting debased, so you might want to hold Bitcoin, and that's the story that finance YouTubers. If you think about it, it goes deep. Okay, it goes deep. The reason it is important for Indians to hold USDC or USDT in their UPI accounts or in their accounts in general is so that they can be preached by the issuers about the benefits of holding US dollar as compared to INR. And that's where the finance YouTubers and the smart money guys are going to come in with their long ass explanations, and the Binance magazines and the Economic Times, for all that I care, are going to tell people, you know what, you're doing this, but the actual trick is that to even hedge against US dollar deflation or US dollar inflation. That's the actual trick. The actual trick is to hedge against US dollar inflation, and the only way to do that is by Bitcoin. That's where you're gonna get a lot of people to bid. But I think that's gonna be a far-fetched reality up until this point. If you guys are wondering, by the way, um, Jumble.cash has just decided to, I don't know, like it's not working. Um, yeah, I'm it just went back here. So not a good look, but it's okay. Next up, we've got Hyper Sub, create recurring revenue on chain. Is this like a subscription thing? Like you can get something subscribed or something? What does it mean? Anyway, let's try it out. Okay, I can see that it's changing colors, but what do I do with change? Oh, okay, okay. I see you. I see you right there. But I wanted this to have loaded a little bit faster, if it's possible. On-chain memberships, raffles. Oh man, is it Zora again? Okay, Art 59. But what do I do with this? Eh, okay. Some mistake right here. Every time I hover over something, why does it disappear? It should not disappear. If anything, it should like pop out, right? I fear. So how much do I need in order to be a member? If I do this, accept and sign. Let's see if I can join a membership. Okay. Okay. I don't think this should be necessary, but okay. But I think they're going to do this in order to get my email so that when I'm running low on balance, they can remind me. That's probably the reason they're saying this. Hmm. Join 1 month. Oh, you can like decide how much subscription you want, huh? How much is this? Okay, so I'm getting like an NFT in return for paying $8. And I sign this. The UI UX is good. I enjoy that. It's a little bit premium. Tell the world, okay, I can do it via X, I can do it via Farcaster, and I hit done. Add time, gift membership, more. Haifa threads become my Mycelium, monthly art airdrops, ad hoc live drawing session, discounts, giveaway, bonus. Okay, but like, where do I go from here again? Like, like, where do I see the benefits of all of this happening? Um, that's a little bit weird. So it's like Slice, but Slice is probably for, oh, GG. That's nice. So I, GM, I just subscribed to you while on my live stream. She's gonna look at that and be like, what? But I think the question here is that this website should link me somewhere. I think right now it's like incomplete a little bit. What does money do? Oh, bro, this is, see, this is what mean. Like, look at that. This is taste. This is cultural. Can't teach this, okay? Like, money will buy you a fine dog, but only love can make it wag its tail. Just have, just, they could have left it blank, decided not to. So that's the best thing. What happens if I hit plus? Name your membership. Oh, so I can also create one. Okay, how do I go? Okay, next. Profile, view, preview, delete. Okay, profile. I just have HiFA's subscription. But my problem is like, where can I claim the benefits of this? This is what I want to know. Otherwise, this website is actually very beautifully created. Like, I cannot tell you how well made this website is. Higher FM, Los Fomos. That's a very nice name, Los Fomos. Alien Collective, Crypto Sapiens. Why do I? Where have I heard Crypto Sapiens, man? I think they were from Bankless, if I'm not wrong. They used to be like the guy used to be at Bankless with me. Farcaster channels. This is very, very, very well made. You need to basically reach out to those people who have something to sell and they have something to sell recurringly on chain. I think what you can also do, even though you may be entering into the territory of DeFi Llama Pay, like they have their Stream Pay, and I think there is one more, and I think it's called like Stream something, and they also do something very similar. But you can probably help them out there a lot. Creators are usually the first type of people you want. Actually, you know what? Now that I think of it, on second thoughts, maybe, just maybe subscriptions make more sense than creator coins. I don't know. Like, after looking at that, it kind of makes me think that, you know, like Haifa, for example, she doesn't now have to also worry about keeping the value up of Haifa coin. She just has to worry about how many memberships she can sell so that Ether, a cryptocurrency which is adopted by hundreds and thousands of people, millions potentially, is able to pay her bills. So, like, half of the equation is gone. When it's your creator coin, the biggest challenge right now is, okay, how do I first sell it? And then how do I maintain the value of the coin? Because the value of the product and the value of the coin need not necessarily be the same. Uniswap has always been a valuable product. Its token recently became way more valuable because of the fact that it can now capture fees as well, because of the proposal to do so, right? Similarly, I think this is basically that chasm that projects will have to somehow figure out, and creator coins have a limited time frame within which they have to achieve this. This is very important to understand. Most technologies and most trends in crypto have a very short shelf life in which they have to cement themselves. If they cannot cement themselves, if they cannot make themselves formidable against the rising tides and the lowing currents of changing narratives, then they perish forever. And that is the harshest reality that I can tell you about. In fact, there were a lot of narratives and a lot of projects. I'm not going to name names, but there were a lot of projects in bear market that were doing very well. They were terrifically well. In fact, some people were hearing those projects as being a better play than meme coins and AI altogether. Today, nobody asks about them anymore. And I think creator coins are going to go through this very same cycle where they will have to find a place for themselves and cement their utility and cement their functioning by at least a few working models. Right now, I do not know even a single creator who has a very functioning creator coin model. And if people do not find it soon enough, they're going to get impatient and then they're going to resort to just selling subscriptions at the end of the day, which spaces like Hypersub are actually very, very, you know, they're very accommodating. They're very much prepared for it. It's a very tried and tested model in web 2 and web 3 alike. So most people are just going to go there. They're not going to use their creator coins. So base is basically running a race against time here, and I'm pretty sure they're also aware of it, where they have to kind of figure out how to make this work for the long term so that two things happen. One, creators find it easy to sell their coin, and B, creators also find it easy to maintain the value of their coin, because it is very different from USDC and USDT or getting something paid out in Ether, where you only have to worry about selling and not exactly maintaining the value of the coin. Imagine if tomorrow you owned a shop and every time somebody gave you like $1, not only did you have to worry about selling the stuff to get that $1, but then you also had to protect the value of that $1, and you had to fight this invisible force called, attention depletion. Because if somehow people stopped believing in your $1, then you cannot buy groceries. So you have to fight against this. So it's a dual pronged battle right now for creators in this space. Anyway, I really enjoyed this website. I honestly don't have like a lot of words for it because it's just doing so well. I'm just very surprised it's niche. Like, what is keeping it niche? That is what I'm concerned about. Let me just have a look at their Twitter. Yeah, okay, I know what is keeping them niche. They don't fucking tweet. Why are you not tweeting? It's a good website. You guys were apparently early to this as well. Why aren't you tweeting? You guys should 100% be tweeting at this point of time. There is no question about it. You guys should be tweeting day in and day out about the beautiful website you have. You guys actually have a very good user flow. The only thing I'd add is after I've paid, I want to be directed towards where I can see the benefits of me having paid. Okay, give me a win very, very fast as soon as I have used your application. That is what the human heart wants and desires at the end of the day. Moving on from this, we have, what else do we have, man? I think we had quite a lot. Okay, we've got Hypersub is done. We've got Azos Finance and Kaito AI. Kaito, I think I'll be able to cover pretty quickly because I mean, Kaito and I, we go way back. Um, so yeah, I mean, we'll come to that when we'll come to that. Make money green again. Cleanest stable coin can buy. The cleanest stable coin, dollar sign can buy. I would add like a space between here, guys. The founders, okay, backed by Buffycon and TBV. Join us here, Azos Finance. I mean, stablecoins. I'm not always the biggest fan because stablecoins is one of those things where Lindy effect really matters a lot. Lindy effect is a very fancy way used by the bourgeoisie to say things that have been around will continue to be around for a longer period of time because they've stood the stress of it. But because it was not as cool as giving it a name, we decided to call it Lindy effect instead. Now, ASUS means RWA is reserve currency for the regenerative economy. Every time I hear reserve currency, my mind goes to Ohm. Every time I hear the word regenerative, my mind goes to Klima. Shout out to anyone who's watching this who was there when when those things are happening. Man, those were good times. Those were good times. Climate st- it is indeed. It is indeed a version of Klima. Okay. Value aligned. Bro, but can I use this right now? Biomass, biochar, hydropower, stable coins. Okay, Glow I know. Glow I'm aware of. Klima, yes. See, I just knew Klima would be here. Solar, Helios. Sorry. Okay, I probably don't know any of them, but okay. Partners, they have a lot. That's nice. Base is a partner. Okay. Region network. I think they can definitely update the website a little bit because the website is not giving me trustworthy vibes, which is always a problem. So that would really help. About collateral. Okay, this is like the same thing. Create stable coin. This was how how is how is me paying somebody else supporting renewable energy and carbon credits and all of that? Okay, let's just launch app. Okay, so this is on base minute. That is good. Are there other options as well? No, then this should not be clickable at all. Is USD market price, redemption price. Okay, so it's an algorithmic one, I believe. What are seeds? What are safe explorer? What is safe explorer? I have no idea what any of this is supposed to mean. Is this basically about how much they can lend out and how much they can take in? Okay, it's very. This needs like a tutorial, like something that would be really, really helpful. They have a 146K logged, 86K debt issued. Can I use it? What are seeds? Seeds are like points, I'm believing. Seeds token in the is the others community incentive token. Yeah, okay. But is it a token? Is that their token or is it like points but like on-chain points and hence they are tokens? Both of those things can be different. Not a big fan of on-chain points to be honest, because then airdrop farmers just start to like do very random calculations about how to maximally extract from you guys. Huh? Where did achievements come from? Achievements was not there, right? Create an account. How else am I supposed to create an account? If I'm connecting to your website with my wallet on one web page, please make sure it is sustainable across all web pages. I don't have a referral code, unfortunately. So yeah, sorry guys, can't use them. Look, I'm gonna reserve my judgment on this because I feel like I did not give them a fair shot by not actually using them. But some walkthrough would be really, really interested, and I think they're really early stage and they have applied for like founders office or something with like the Ethereum Foundation team. I think as per Abbas's tweet. So Abbas is basically the guy who is. I think he's. Yeah. So if I see here, if I go to Abbas, his founder success team in Ethereum Foundation. Yeah, Founders Lab. They've launched like Founders Lab, and these people will be like Ethereum DevCon. So Az's team will be like one of them. So yeah, really, really interesting and interested in seeing them kind of go forth with this. It's kind of funny how like two of these are like super super big. Like Sandbox is huge, bro, and so is Yearn. I mean, they're really really big. Peanut, I can understand. Peanut's early access I have. The problem is I don't know where to use Peanut primarily, and that's the problem of just being in a country where its payment interface does not integrate stablecoins at all, and that's the problem. So yeah. Ah, let's do something. I think now we can move on to like Kaito. So Kaito AI does a lot of things. I of course do not have the pro access with me right now that I can showcase it to you. And I think if you want to do it, I think you can actually see it. Like you can book a call with their team to like see it in real time. It's basically the platform that made Infofy. It's a category leader in that and has continued to be so. Each CC, why is this marked separately? Huh? Oh, oh, was this about like all of the things that are happening in like each CC? Okay, that's Pretty interesting. They always come up with these things. I don't know how they have developed the algorithm for it, or it's a little bit behind the curtain. And of course, it has to be like proprietary. So, yeah, they don't have like any open positions right now. Kaito Yaps is what they're most famous for, I'd say. So they've gone down the route of like, developing their product, their own capital launchpad. So they're like infiltrating every single sector out there. They've gotten like media down with their Yap system and their mindshare system. They've gotten down capital with their capital launchpad. They have like a cash flowing business, not only because of their project leaderboard, but also because there are a lot of marketing teams, much like my previous team, which used to use Kaito a lot. There are a few gripes that they listen to on a day-to-day basis, and I really appreciate you, no, you as in not the viewer, you who as like the guy who's like the founder. He is always ready to listen, which is huge, honestly. Very humble, very down to earth guy. I've met him once, I would say, and always open to feedback, always very humble, very easy to approach. Those are the things that I really like in founders. Like, even if even if like what I'm doing is not directly relevant or like directly related, it's still good to be in like a situation where, okay, I don't know this guy, but I want this guy to win, right? Simply because he's so kind, he's nice. He didn't give me like, he could have given me like a very weird shoulder, but he did not do that. So for that, like, I appreciate you who for that. in I think, to be honest, like, if you are in Web3 and you don't know Kaito, are you living under a rock or what at this point of time? There is a lot of discussion about, oh my god, Kaito ruined the timeline and stuff like that. But I think, if to be honest, if you've had that big of an impact on any industry, I think people are just gonna find reasons to also dislike you. So you should not, like, worry about it so much. And this is now getting a little bit cluttered, almost a little bit, kinda, because there's way too much here. Like, if I have to be honest with you, like, there is quite a lot here that is just like, being stuffed into one. They have like the robotics leaderboard. What is CCCCC leaderboard? I have no idea. Crypto content creator campus. What is this? I have no idea. Uh, okay. Did I miss something? Was there was there a content creator campus that I could have applied to? Oh man, GG. But yeah, one thing I would really like to see is, if you look at like your social card, you can look at basically how you've grown over time right here. So you can see like, okay, I have 104 smart followers. Your top 19% in terms of CT smart follower, right? Which is all good. And it's updated every single Sunday. So probably I would have gained some more. Evolution is really, really nice as well. 5th December 2024, 9th November 2025. It's kind of crazy how Yaps have been around for like only 1 year. Wow, it's crazy, man. But now that I go back, if I go to like, how do I how do I get there, bro? Yeah, you can see like your yaps and everything. So you can see like I have like 143 yaps. I would like to see like a graph here in terms of like yaps over time, so that I can like realize that, okay, I did this particular thing and that led to like these many yaps and stuff. Problem with that is that I think Kaito is gonna get a lot of hate for doing this, given that a lot of people already blame them for, oh, you know what, you guys enabled yap farming and stuff like that. But I think, if had it not been them, it would have been like someone else. So yeah. So a lot of people, I think this is like a very nice touch. I'm just like a little bit unsure why they have not, you know popularized it more. Like, this should have ideally been like really, really popular. Like, more people should be aware of what this is, and like, seeing this out there. But it's not. So yeah, that's also there. I have a Yapi Bara as well, for those of you who are worrying about it. Airdrops are here, trading rewards. I think they've built like a complete engagement ecosystem at this point of time, and you have to give them like kudos for it, because it was long time in the making, and they had to like, there was no other way for them to be able to do this besides like doing it themselves, right? Right now, of course, you have their API available, but Kaito did not have Kaito API to make all of these things happen. And I think more and more we are going to see Kaito's data being leveraged for airdrops in the future as well. In terms of the fact that they are promoting AI slop, I think now they have slashed a lot of their a lot of like accounts that were getting views and slop, yaps simply because of writing AI slop. So they are kind of going against the grain on that one, and I really appreciate it. I think that is exactly what they should be doing. Again, no marketing advice as such. I think they're really killing it. Just, I think every infofy platform has to make that leap from quantifying mindshare to jumping to TVL and volume. That gap is like another holy gap. It's so funny because most people in crypto are like, oh well, all problems are solved. Well, no, not all problems are solved. Like, two problems we discussed like in today's, actually, like, I think there are three problems now that I think of it. One is like that wallet abstraction problem that I think Privy, if you're watching this, you're the only one who can solve it. Please help. Okay, like, I don't want to make a new wallet and then have to fund it from my existing wallet, and then send it to a particular chain and then wait for it to arrive, and then use the wallet. So you may have made logins abstracted, but the crypto experience is still there, and I don't particularly enjoy it. Allow us to somehow. At this point, I'm actually cool having a wallet linked with Privy, such that every time I'm logging in via Privy, that same wallet gets imported into like all of the websites that I'm using. I'm actually okay, totally honest with it. Okay, fine. If it doxes, if there's like a doxing risk, I'll take it. If it means me not having to worry about, okay, two USDC here, 3.3 USDT here. Oh, I left like 0.002 ETH in that particular wallet. I must have had like hundreds of dollars just like spread across all of these different wallets that have been created. So that's your major problem number one. Major problem number two is whosoever can bridge the gap. I almost like threw up the table. The number two is basically whoever can bridge the gap between USDC slash USDT payments and UPI in India. You guys are gonna eat. You guys are gonna eat a lot, because you will essentially scale to almost everyone who uses UPI today. And I know it's not exactly a very easy market to crack into. Probably if you have some family member or some political connections, please go ahead, talk to the Reliance guys or anyone, talk to PhonePe guys, anyone. Just please, somebody do it. And number three is the major jump between marketing to TVL slash volume. A lot of people do not want to include proprietary code in the front end of their website for obvious reasons. If it becomes like a vector for being hacked, GG, good luck. And not gonna name names, but there have been protocols that have been hacked this way, this exact way. I'm not saying like very old, 2023, 2022. So yeah, that still happens, and hacks are probably the biggest dissuasion tactic we have as an industry, the biggest bane we have as an industry when it comes to like onboarding the normies. Like, yeah, sure, you know what, you can earn 11% um, on your stables, but be careful. Someday some person can come in and like take the entire money away. Yeah, my parents are never going to invest there. Let's be honest. So I think we would need like something that joins like InfoFi. Like, okay, yeah, these many people are talking about it, whether it's quacks or yeets or yaps or snaps or whatever. But how does this translate over to somebody's TVL and volume and stuff? And there are like different ideas about this as well, that this is probably the wrong way. You basically need the founder funnel, which is what like Leon preaches a lot in his videos. You need like community activations, and like how do you activate the community, but like a holistic picture of marketing is still unfinished. Like, it's 80% built out, but that that final leap is something that like the industry still needs. And I really look forward to some giga brain one day cracking that, so that I may be able to like you know watch this and say, yes, I called it early. But anyway, guys, I have no idea How? How in the hell were we able to cover five different protocols? Actually, I know how, because two of them did not work out as I expected. That being said, no shade to anyone. I really hope things improve. If I reviewed your protocol, if I say anything harsh, just don't take it to heart. Look, man, I just want your product to actually be marketable, right? Otherwise, you're gonna build a very shitty product, and you're gonna scream at your marketing team for not being able to market it. Whereas it's not that your product idea was bad. It's just that the product itself was unusable. If somebody else comes along, takes the same idea, builds a very fantastic killer product, uh, and also markets it, right, they're going to win. And that's about it. You can just out execute and out market the competition 99% of the time, especially because in Web3 people's attention spans are so cooked. They just come in and then they just don't do anything. So that's important for people to remember. And I think that's all I'm going to be talking about today. Take care of yourself. GG's.